Mosquitoes. Chapter 1. The Mosquito. It's summertime. You've just settled into bed. Suddenly you hear a high-pitched hum. Eee! Oh no, it's a mosquito. Mosquitoes are insects. Insects have hard skeletons on the outside of their bodies. Adult insects have 6 legs. Most insects have 1 or 2 pairs of wings. Mosquitoes have 1 pair. There are more than 2,500 species or kinds of mosquitoes. They live all over the world. Some mosquitoes live only in warm places. Cold weather kills them. Other mosquitoes live in cold places. The eggs of mosquitoes that live in the Arctic can withstand very cold winters. Common house mosquitoes live almost everywhere people do. Mosquitoes rest among leaves and in the grass. They fly from their resting places to find food or a mate. Females fly to find places to lay their eggs. Some species of mosquitoes are active in the early morning or in the evening. Some are active when it's sunny. Others are active at night or on cloudy days. Body parts. Like all insects, mosquitoes have 3 main body parts. They are the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. A mosquito has 2 large eyes on its head. They are compound eyes. Compound eyes are made of many tiny lenses. A lens is the place where light enters the eye. A mosquito's eyes do not see objects clearly. They can easily sense movement such as swatting hands or tails. A mosquito has 2 antennae on its head. Each antenna has hairs on it. A male's antennae have very long, feathery hairs. A female has shorter and fewer hairs on her antennas. Antennas are used to hear and smell. A male mosquito uses his antenna to listen for the hum of a female's wings. A mosquito's mouth parts are called a proboscis. A proboscis has several parts. Some are sharp and used for biting. Others carry liquid to or from the bite. A mosquito has a palpus on each side of its proboscis. The palpi are used to touch and taste. Some mosquitoes have palpi that are as long as the proboscis. The thorax is the second main part of the mosquito's body. It is behind the head. A mosquito's 6 legs are attached to its thorax. Each leg has a foot with 2 claws. They help the mosquito cling to walls, plants, and animals. A pair of wings is also attached to the thorax. Each wing has thin lines called veins. Veins carry blood to the wings. They help stiffen the wings. A mosquito's wings often beat faster than 500 times per second. A flying mosquito can hover in one place or zigzag through the air. It can fly as fast as 3 miles per hour. Beating wings make the humming sound that we hear. The wings of each species make their own special hum. Some hums are very high-pitched, others are lower. A mosquito's abdomen is behind its thorax. The abdomen contains the mosquito's stomach. A mosquito breathes through the holes in the sides of its abdomen and thorax. Air flows into the holes. Tubes in the mosquito's body carry the air to the rest of its body. Tiny scales cover most part of a mosquito. Scales help protect the body, legs, and wings. When the scales are touched, they rub off like powder. Scales can be many colors, including blue, white, green, and yellow. An itchy bite. Most mosquitoes suck nectar and juice from flowers and fruit. The females also suck blood. Some females bite certain animals, such as birds or frogs, but the females of the other species suck blood from large animals or people. A mosquito's proboscis has several cutting and sucking tools. They are covered by the labium. The labium is like a lip. Stylets are inside the labium. They are like needles. The stylets stab through the skin of an animal or person. The labium slides backwards as the stylets dig deeper. The stylets stab the skin as many as 20 times in each bite. The mosquito does this to find the best place to suck blood. A thin tube of proboscis pumps saliva into the bite. Saliva is the liquid animals have in their mouths. Chemicals in the saliva help thin the blood. They make the blood easier to suck. They also make a mosquito bite swell and itch. In 90 seconds, a female can suck enough blood to double or triple her body weight. Her stomach stretches as blood flows into it. When her stomach is full, special signals are sent to the rest of her body. They tell her to stop sucking, then she pulls out the stylets. The labium slides forward and covers the stylets again. After a meal, the female is too heavy to fly far. She rests and takes in nutrients from the blood. Nutrients are things that help living things to grow. Water from the blood quickly passes through and out of her body. After 45 minutes, the mosquito is ready to fly away. Nutrients from the blood will feed her eggs. Chapter 4. Growing up. Mosquitoes lay their eggs in many different places. Some lay their eggs in water. One kind of mosquito lays its eggs only in water found on the leaves of the pitcher plant. Others lay eggs in places that will get wet in the future. These mosquitoes often pick holes in trees or the ground. Some species lay their eggs separately. The eggs look like boats called canoes. Each side of the egg has a float on it. The floats keep the eggs from tipping upside down. Other species lay their eggs in egg rafts. To do this, the female stands on the water. She squeezes an egg out a hole in the tip of her abdomen. The egg looks like a tiny grain of dark brown rice. One end is more pointed than the other end. The female lays more eggs. Each new egg is placed next to the one laid before it. She stands each leg on its end with the pointed tip upward. Her legs help hold the eggs in place. The female lays several rows of eggs. The packed rows of eggs form a raft. The outer edges of the raft are higher than the middle part. This stops the raft from tipping over. Baby mosquitoes that hatch from eggs are called larvas. Larvas need water to hatch. Some larvae hatch within a few days. Larvas in eggs laid in dry or cool places may not hatch for months or even years. In certain deserts, larvae must wait 10 or more years for the water they need to hatch. All larvae live in water. Some larvae breathe, though, through a tube called a siphon. The siphon is on the larva's abdomen. It sticks out of the water. One kind of larva sinks. It gets air from the roots of plants. First, the larva scrapes a hole in the cattail root. Then it sticks its siphon into the hole. The larva sucks in air from the cattail's root. Some larvae don't have siphons. Long hairs on their bodies keep them floating on the surface. They breathe through the holes in their abdomens. A larva spends most of its time eating tiny creatures. Soon the larva grows too big for its skin. The larva sheds its tight skin. Shedding an old skin is called molting. The larva wiggles out of its old skin. New skin already covers its body. In 4 to 10 days, the larva will molt 4 times. After the 4th molt, it is called a pupa. The pupa is shaped like a giant comma. Fat paddles on the end of the abdomen help the pupa swim. Thin skin covers the parts that will become its body, wings, and legs. A pupa takes in air through 2 breathing tubes. They look like trumpets that poke above the water's surface. A pupa does not eat. All of its energy goes into growing. In 2 to 4 days, the pupa's skin splits open. An adult mosquito climbs out. It floats on the shed skin until the wings dry. After 30 minutes, the adult is ready to fly away. Male mosquitoes only live a few days or weeks. Females live longer than males. Some live as long as 5 to 6 months. Mosquito dangers. Chapter 5. Mosquitoes play an important role in nature. Many animals eat them, but mosquitoes can be dangerous. Some carry germs that cause sickness. Mosquitoes can spread yellow fever, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. These diseases are caused by viruses. Viruses are living things that can only be seen under a microscope. Viruses live inside the bodies of larger living animals. Mosquitoes also spread malaria. Malaria is caused by a parasite. A parasite is a creature that feeds and lives on another living creature. A virus or parasite may be in the blood that a female mosquito sucks. The virus or parasite spreads inside the mosquito's body and saliva, but it doesn't harm the mosquito. When the mosquito bites a person, its saliva carries the virus or parasite into the person's body. Then the person may be sick. It's important to protect people from diseases carried by mosquitoes. One way is by killing mosquitoes with insecticides. Insecticides are chemicals that kill insects, but insecticides can be dangerous too. They may harm plants and other animals. Another way to protect people from mosquitoes is to clean up wet places where mosquitoes lay their eggs. The water may be inside old tires, cans, or even a toy. When people empty the water from these containers, mosquitoes have fewer places to lay eggs. Some mosquito larvae can help kill mosquitoes too. Toxorhynchites are a kind of mosquito that never suck blood. Their larvae eat only the larvae of other mosquitoes. Then there are fewer blood-sucking mosquitoes to spread disease. People in some places are using mosquito fish to control mosquitoes. These small fish eat mosquito larvae. Hanging houses in your yard for bats and birds will help control the number of mosquitoes around your house. Why? Because bats and birds gobble up hundreds of mosquitoes a day. Almost anywhere people go, they are sure to find mosquitoes. We must keep learning about them. The more we know, the better able we will be to live with mosquitoes of all kinds. Mosquitoes.